When we were little, we used to bring you children down to wash your feet together in the creek.
I never washed my feet in the creek my whole life.
Oh, child, when you were younger, God bless your heart, we used to go down there every Sunday at church. And we used to walk down there, bring all the kids and roll up their little pant legs. And we used to put their feet in the water. And you would just dangle your feet. Dangle, 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 all Sunday Eve.
I never washed my feet. I never washed my hands in no creek. I like to have clean water. Filtered at least 4 times from Starbucks.
Yo, child, I don't know where you've been all your life after high school. But before this guy left for high school to the big Hollywood, he used to wash and bathe inside that creek with a bar of soap, other known as lard. He used to come down to my work 'cause I washed dishes at the restaurant. He would walk in there and he said, "Granny, I need money." I'd say, "Well, you better start washing some dishes 'cause money don't grow on trees." You used to come in there and you'd be scrubbing your arms. Blood be coming through there, you wanted a quarter. And I said, "Child, what do you need a quarter for?"
I don't want a quarter. What are you talking about, a quarter? I can get plenty of quarters. I sell my Jack in the Boxes, Jack in my Dust, and all this other stuff. I had all my money. I was self-sufficient.
Oh, child, you lie. I'm gonna take that soap and put it in your mouth. Don't come over here and try to make me look like an idiot. I used to give you a big shiny quarter, and you'd run up there like a little schoolgirl. Hopping, skipping, and jumping. And you go down over by the candy store, and you put that little dime and quarter inside that machine. And you turn that lever, and turn that lever. And you'd sit there, and a little plastic thing came out. So I'd go down there, I'd watch you turn, a little plastic thing comes down, and you open that colored cap up, you look at it, and you take the cap and you throw it down. You get one more chance, because you run to me and ask me for another quarter. And I say, "Wash my feet in the creek."
I'd never wash nobody's feet in the creek. Not a single person.
Ooh, I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you on your head. You need to stop telling little lies. I felt it. Your little fingers going through my toes. Little fingers through my toes and sides and my arch. Little fingers through my toes and sides and my arch. Now I got bunions and corns all over those feet. You don't want no quarter for washing my feet now. You want $1 million. Kids nowadays don't know the meaning of a hard day of work. Hard day of work? What are you talking about, Granny? I work. I went down the street, I sat at my desk, and I shuffled some papers around, and I got paid. Ooh, child, I'd like to show you some work.
I work every day. I work my butt off, literally. I wash my car. I watch somebody cut my lawn. I go eat. I talk on the phone. I buy some furniture.
Ooh, child, that ain't no job. You're a woman. Women used to come in here. Women used to scrub on their hands and knees. and their knuckles would get sore from scrubbing the floor. And all these big fancy vacuum cleaners you got nowadays, there were no carpets. There weren't carpets in a whole house. You'd have hardwood floors, cement, and if you're lucky and rich, you'll have painted cement. And you scrub, and you scrub, and the children walk right through it. And then you put them in a cage and you lock them up. Now you got something called Child Protective Services. That's some bitch coming down from the city saying you ain't supposed to hit your kids. Oh, honey, my tea is working. I gotta get some tea to boil these bunions off. Oh, child, these bunions are great. Granny's gonna make us some tea so we can reminisce about the past again. So, what was I saying? Girls scrubbed, girls cleaned, girls cooked, girls took care of the kids. And that CPS worker came down to my house and she knocked on my door. And she said, "Good morning, ma'am. My name's Lily from Child Protective Services. We have an open investigation on your child coming to school with a black eye." And I said, "Lady, you came to the wrong house. I would never beat a child. Maybe hit him a few times. Take my belt out and smack him across the face. Or take my cane and whip at their feet. But I'd never hit a child to leave marks." This lady came in here in her fancy dancy clothes, sat on my couch, and she said, "Well, ma'am, I'd like to ask you a few questions, and then you can continue on your day." So I agreed. This lady came to my house and sat down and asked me questions like, how do I feel about my children? My answer to that was they're a blessing from the skies from Jesus. She would ask me things like, how many children do I have in my house? I'd tell that lady I had an open house, and children were so comfortable on the streets, they'd come into my house and eat my food and mess up my floors and my furniture and everything. After that, that lady asked me another question. She said, "Have you ever been to a anger management class?" I told that lady, I said, "What did I need to go to class for? I got my high school education up to 7th grade, and everything else I learned at home." Education really works. If you don't wash your feet, you get a beating. If you don't do what you're told or misbehave, you get a beating. When an adult walks in that room and you're sitting in a seat, you are wrong. You need to give it up. Nowadays, kids don't know the meaning of respect. RESPECT. It's not just a song. When I get old, I'm going to a retirement home. And all those little bastard kids can take care of me. I'm going to say, this oatmeal is too cold. I want full sugars in my coffee. Clean my room. turn up the television. Can I have some more prune juice? And they better say yes, ma'am. My name is Laquata Ladaya Ladasha Smith for a reason.